are always available for us to dance with and cultivate. It's just that we're so concerned with the form that love takes that we miss the constant opportunities that come our way sometimes. So you never know, but if you have walls up, and we've been working on breaking those down throughout the last 43 chapters, then the man of our dreams or the woman of our dreams might walk right by and we may not even notice. So it's about being open and seeing what walls and limiting beliefs that we have that are creating this barrier. You know, why does one person meet the love of their life, have the career of their life and everything, and you don't, and you have the same education? It boils down to our being, who we are. So there are so many different levels to go. And also, something that's huge, if you want to win the lottery, let's say, and let's say the lottery is love, let's say it's business or money, it doesn't matter. If you want to win the lottery, and that seems like such a big deal to happen, then most likely it's not going to happen because you aren't on the vibration, you aren't on the level where you aren't on the level of winning the lottery, of whether it's human or money or business. It's about being on that same wavelength and knowing that you are in the same space. So like people that freak out when they meet a celebrity even. I mean, I'm in LA, I don't think it really happens here, but if I was in Portland, let's say. So you meet a celebrity, you might, you know, not know what to say, freeze up, or run over to them, or just stare. And it's about knowing that they're on the same page, they're on the same level as you. It's not like a big ordeal that you just saw a celebrity. Everyone's the same. So when we create these things of like how this person over here has the most amazing relationship, then we're separating ourselves from it. There you go. You're funny. You're funny. So, when we do not get exactly what we want, we often withhold our love from the world in response. So, that's creating resistance. So, love itself is not interested in form. It is interested only in you expanding beyond yourself and your expectations to include whoever and whatever is in your life right now. So if that person hasn't appeared yet, the love of your life, then what can you do? Well, as we spoke of before in like feng shui and everything, is we can prepare ourselves. So me, I'm a workaholic, but I've chosen to stop working around 6:30 unless I'm going to an event, because that is me creating the space. Yes, I crack up all the time. And I crack up on myself too. So it's about creating the space so that that person can come into your life, and whether it's cleaning out room in your closet or your bathroom, like a drawer for them, you know, creating the space. What can you do to prepare yourself for the person to arrive into your life? I love this. So she brings Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you guys, thank you. I don't know if you guys know Eckhart Tolle, but she has this beautiful excerpt from him. Love is not selective, just as the light of the sun is not selective. It does not make one person special. It is not exclusive. So it's inauthentic to say that what you want to be in a loving relationship is with now having an interest in growing your capacity to love in general. So your ability to your ability to create a loving union is directly related to the amount of love you are able to surrender to yourself. So that's pretty big. To many, romantic unions fall below their potential because of limitations of one or both of the partners when they're in the relationship. So she brings up, you guys remember those bracelets? What would Jesus do? Those bracelets? So she encourages us to do this, but now do it with what would love do? So if we are expanding our ability to love and be love and bring it in and attract it, go to that. What would love do now? So when we are willing to surrender ourselves to the qualities of love, like compassion, forgiveness, graciousness, kindness, then we are expanding our abilities and we are opening up the space and spreading love everywhere. So it's foolish to ask God for a great love without being willing to become a great lover. Hello. Hello. You can't become a great doctor without being willing to go to medical school, right? Yes. So the first thought, oh yes, I want to share this with you. Okay, so the first response to the thought of yielding to love over remaining petty is usually resistance of some sort. So we don't like resistance, because when we want something so bad, we start actually creating resistance and pushing it away, doing exactly the opposite of what we want to do. So we allow, if we can detach ourselves, because what's happening is we become attached when we're resisting and wanting something so badly. So when we can detach ourselves, we are able to observe thoughts and choose to move beyond them without acting out. And through this, we are allowing possibility of love to move through us. So we're expanding our ability to love. In case you're just jumping now and you're totally confused. So rather than clinging to being right, we surrender to the possibility that the other person might have a point. Yes, this is love and abundance and compassion and everything. So rather than clinging to being right, we surrender to the possibility that the other person might have a point. Rather than exposing someone's flaw, we yield ourselves to kind-hearted compassion instead. Okay, thank you for the correction. So rather than punishing an offense, we find ourselves deferring to graciousness and understanding. Is this live? It's always live. Is there any other way to do it with Periscope? Yeah. So in doing this, by expanding our hearts, we feel inordinately better about ourselves, bigger and more grounded and mature. It's live. It's living love. So there is one other important aspect to this. There's one more important aspect, because while I'm a believer in spreading love everywhere, I got it tattooed, love period on my wrist, what else is there? There is something else, because many of us make the mistake of trying to expand our ability to love at the expense of ourselves. So a heart that is inappropriately open will cause a great deal of suffering. I used to believe that being a spiritual person meant that I had to keep my heart available to others, even if they were being disrespectful or unkind towards me. And I'm reading out of the book, but I can say that from I as well. So it took me a while to understand that by doing this, I was displaying a lack of self-respect and self-worth. Love is never fulfilled at the expense, and being a loving person is to not be confused with being a doormat. Buddha said, you can look the whole world over and never find anyone more deserving of love than yourself. One more time. You can look the whole world over and never find anyone more deserving of love yourself. So true. So it's about honoring ourselves. If you are around somebody that drives you nuts, pushes your buttons, and exhausts your energy, it's okay to be conscious about this and consciously maybe give them love, light, and go hang out with somebody else. Because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You deserve to be filled with light, and starting with yourself, filling it up. So, as always, we got homework, and the homework is good. We got some good homework today. So first is to write a list of 4 or 5 qualities. Flirting with Bethany. Flirting with Bethany. I don't know which one that one is. Flirting with life. Flirting with life, maybe? I don't remember that chapter, but that's a good one. Flirting with life. Okay, so the homework, write a list of 4 or 5 qualities that you believe define love. So my beliefs around love are unconditional, that you know, they're compassionate, working through the thick and the thin. Like, I'm a loyal person. Now, other people might have a different definition of love, including my ex-husband. He definitely had a different definition of love than I did. So it's important to find someone that has the same definition as you. Just saying, just saying. Okay, so second, we are to write down 3 situations in our life that are irritating you. For example, I'm irritated that I'm being passed over for a promotion at work. Or I'm irritated that I didn't pass a test. Whatever it might be. Next, write down the names of those directly involved in these situations. So next to their name, write down what your judgments of them are. For example, Janice, for brown-nosing the boss, being manipulative and greedy by talking about what should have been mine. That's an example. And then finally, write a response to this question. What would love do now? So based on the first question of what the definition of love is, so if it's compassion, loyalty, unconditional, what would that characteristic of love do now? And do this for each of those 3 situations that you wrote down that were annoying you. So for example, with Janice, she has acknowledged that Janice has worked harder than I have for the past few weeks, and that I took an extended vacation at a crucial time, even though it may have cost me. So taking ownership of that. Love would congratulate Janice for her accomplishment, of course, and not be jealous, but congratulating him. So love would also begin to take actions consistent with that desire. So getting to work earlier, maybe being creative, you know, going out of your way to go above and beyond what is expected of you, letting superiors know what you're committed to advancing, as well as asking for their guidance. So that is true. And I gotta say that again, because people get so frustrated when they don't get a promotion. However, you have to understand, when you don't share with somebody that you're actually looking to be promoted and what can I do specifically to get there, most likely this person is not reading your mind. So it's about owning your voice. And that's Bethany going into business mode. Okay, so we're back on love. Back on love. And I think these are great. This is a great homework assignment. And I'm going to sit down and figure out exactly what my definition of love is, because I actually used to have it written down. I don't know when I did this. I feel like in high school I had like a little piece of paper and I wrote it down. I wonder if I still have it. But I remember writing. I know what I wrote. When you're willing to lay down your life for somebody else. That was my definition of love. And I think I do that way too often. So I get to work on that because I get to be self-loving first. Right? Like Buddha said, you can look the whole world over and never find anyone more deserving of love than yourself. So, the bonus is, as you go through your day, each time you notice yourself irritated or upset, ask yourself, what would love do now? Oh, yes. Yay. Tell me. I wish you could. I know that if I was on Blab, you would be able to share. I don't know how that works, but I haven't signed on yet. So allow yourself to choose love over pettiness, over annoyances all day long. Stretch yourself to become the most loving version of yourself possible by doing that which you believe love would do in any given moment. And when you are getting annoyed with someone, notice where, because, Blab. So when you're getting annoyed with somebody, you got to notice where this annoyance is coming from, because sometimes the annoyance is purely you projecting onto another person. So that's an interesting take, and it's something that a lot of people don't want to admit. But if you've ever noticed someone flip out at somebody, and then you look at them and you're like, what? I don't agree with that. That doesn't make sense. Many times it's them projecting, because we only are able to see our mirrors. So if you see someone and they're super annoying, you're probably doing something. You probably do that same trait, and it annoys you when you do it. So that's why you're able to see it in another person. So yeah, that's what we got. Oh. Okay, so tomorrow, Lesson 45 is from me to we. From me to we. Amen. That's a hard one. I mean, or it's easy. It's really easy. Reframing the words are powerful. Lesson 45. So we only have 4 more to go. And also want to share one more time about the Instagram photo challenge for December. Just started today. So if you guys want to be a part of it, go to Bethany Londyn Instagram and write a message. I want to be a part of the December challenge, and then we'll send you the, okay, yes, sir. So do the Instagram photo challenge if you want to be a part of it. Link, message me on Instagram or comment, and then I'll send you the plant. But today it's trees. So taking a cool picture of a tree and posting it. And that's it for now, folks. That's it for now. So December 1st, we have 31 days to make some wild changes in our life. And the only way to have a difference in our life is to take a step in another direction. Yeah. So, you guys, spread the love. Spread it everywhere. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Bye.